All right, good morning, everybody. And yes, I am inside. I am not outside, and it is dark outside right now, so I don't know what the weather's like. But we're in for a very special treat today, as we have our assembly time. I am inside the house that you looked at from the outside last week. So we've got a special guest, and this special guest happens to be the pastor of the church that is local here. One of the churches anyway, and whose house we are staying in. His name is Pastor Steve, and so what we're going to do, they do a number of things throughout the autumn time of canning. So they would take vegetables or fruit, and they would do special things to them to be able to store them or give them away to certain friends, like, someone who has ginger hair and is very delicious things. So what we're going to do, we are going to make applesauce like what you would buy in the shop, but much, much better. So I'm going to turn the camera around, and we're going to introduce you to Pastor Steve, and he's going to walk you through this process and the steps to make applesauce. All right, so here we go. Pastor Steve, you are on.
Hi. All right. Well, thank you, Pastor Eric. Hi, boys and girls. You probably, you wouldn't remember, but we were in England once visiting Rossington for a holiday club, and that was a wonderful time. Anyway, to the point. So these are apples. These are what are called Yellow Delicious. I suppose you could figure out why they're called Yellow Delicious and not like these apples, right? There's a difference there. This one is yellow. So these are very sweet and very light, and so they make good applesauce. So we bought 2 bags of these from a local market, and these were on the tree probably 2 or 3 days ago, so they're fresh. So what we do is we take the apples and we bring them over here and we wash them. Now, I think that usually the apples are very, very clean, but sometimes farmers use what is called pesticides, something to keep the bugs off so that they aren't eaten. So we wash it, and we use this fruit and vegetable wash to make sure that it's all clean. Then what we do is we come over here and we cut it up. We go in half, and then I go in half again, right? See these pieces? And then we cut them yet again into littler pieces so that they can cook and get nice and soft. So like this, something like this. So if we just took the apple and threw it in, it wouldn't cook down at all. So after we're done chopping them up, then we come over here to the stove, and we have pots of apples. And we keep it on very low until it's all cooked down. And then after we cook it down, we're going to take all the cooked apples to here, and I'll show you what this does. This is called a mill, and we process the apples, but we'll show you more about that in a few minutes. So let's wait while this cooks down. Hey, boys and girls, we're back, and hey, Pastor Eric, I wanted to show you something. Come over here for a second. I was wondering if you would give this a taste. What do you think? What do you think? Is it good?
Very delicious.
Very sweet. And I wanted to show you something. You know what this is in here?
Right there.
Yeah. What is that?
Is it an ant?
Nope. This is a seed.
A seed? What's the seeds all about?
Well, the seed is what you plant in the ground,
right?
Which grows the tree, which grows the apple.
Oh, so where'd the seed come from?
Well, that came from another apple, and another apple, and another apple, all the way back to the beginning. And I was just thinking that in the Bible, in Genesis chapter 1, verse 29, God told our first parents, Adam and Eve, that anything that hung on a tree that had fruit and seeds was ours to eat.
Did you meet them, Pastor Steve?
No, I'm not quite that old. Only Pastor Eric's that old. So isn't that cool though, that God would give us such wonderful things to eat?
That's amazing. That's amazing.
So come on over here. I want to show you where we were. You'll remember that when we left, this is what we had. Can you see that? But now, after cooking, that's what we have. Isn't that nice? So it's all soft and ready to be made into applesauce. So come on over here and let's give it a try. Why don't you come around this side? All right, so I have the apples all cooked, and we're gonna put some in here, and we're gonna see if we can make some applesauce, okay? So put a couple of scoops in here. There we go, maybe one more. Can never have quite enough. There we go. Then I'm going to turn the handle, which is going to force the apple mash through here, and all of the applesauce is going to come out here, and then the seeds and the core is going to come out here. Mm-hmm. All right, think it'll work?
Let's do it.
Let's give it a try. Think it's working. Gets in there. Look at that.
And Pastor Steve, do you know how it actually separates the apple sauce from the core and the seeds?
Yes, there is it's called an auger, but it's like a big screw that pushes it through and forces it out the sides.
Right.
Is that right?
That sounds good.
Yeah.
Sounds good to me. Very good. And so so is the applesauce ready to eat as it is, or what, do you put anything else in it?
It is ready to eat as it is, and we'll let it cool a little bit because it's a little bit hot. But sometimes they put some sugar in it. You can get it probably in the United States, probably in Great Britain too. You can get it with sugar or without sugar.
Very good, very good. Okay, well, Pastor Steve, thank you very much. I can almost guarantee that this is the first time anyone has seen applesauce being made, certainly with this very cool little machine that you have right there.
Cool.
And we just want to thank you for visiting with us
Thanks, boys
for our
and girls.
assembly time.
And I'll bring some down to you, Eric, okay?
Okay, very good, thank you. Okay, so now everyone is expert on how to make applesauce. Very, very delicious. So I'm actually having a little bowl of the very first product. So here we go. I'm going to have a little taste. It's a bit rude, and I know, eating in front of you, but it's okay. We're 5,000 miles away. Very, very delicious. So the thing is, product direct from God with some help from human beings. But you can actually do this yourself. You don't need the cool little machine. It does make it much easier, and you can make a lot in a much faster time. But you can do this at home with your parents' help and permission, of course. But have a good time and enjoy some God's produce.